we're back with Found Her Voice podcast. I am your host, Valerie, and today this is the season finale of season 2. Crazy, huh? It is crazy. I can't believe I made it all the way through this season. So, first and foremost, I have to give a big shout out and say thank you to one Sheldon, because he's a bomb ass producer and he comes in and lets me record here and takes care of all the stuff, right? And then shout out to Cam, everything that she's did for creating the whole website, all the work that she did to get Found Her Circle put together. That girl is amazing. Thank you, Cam, from the bottom of my heart. Everything you do, those long hours, long nights, and again, like, if you guys did not see that podcast with Cam and I, you have to go back and watch it. It's funny. Because you got Val over here thinking like, oh, it only takes a couple days to do a website, and Cam's over here like, how many pages do you want on your website, Valerie? And I'm like, I don't know, what, 5, 10, I don't know. 5 or 10 pages? Like, you have to narrow this down. I don't know, Cam. The website thing is not my thing. That's your lane, honey. You do you. I'm going to be over here and I'm just going to say, I need this, or I want this, or can we do this, right? And I love it because everything that I wanted, everything that I was like, can we do? It was always yes, yes, yes. And plus she added more, right? So she always went above and beyond. And that's what I love about her. So if you need, to create a website, if you need your website revised, if you just want to have her look at your website and see, what she could tweak to make it better, reach out to her, because I'm going to link her stuff below too, because she is amazing, like I said. And, she just got married, so she's in that honeymoon phase, and, she's just living and loving life right now. She's on cloud 9, and I love it for her. So I will link all that stuff below too. And again, she's going to be doing big things this summer too. She just does not know it yet, because, Val's always just throwing her girls under the bus saying they're going to do this, they're going to do that. But it's only to help them, right? I'm only here to help. This is why I do this. So Cam, thank you again from the bottom of my heart, my dear. You are like my sister. I love you. And cheers to a great summer and the rest of the year. Of course, Lincoln, because, she's my hair girl. And Tasha for doing her thing at the Simon House. Sponsors have just made this podcast go all season, right? So big shout out to you guys. Thank you for all the audience, all the guests that was on here this season. Thank you for all your love and support. Thank you for being on this podcast. I appreciate it so much. And I know that, helping other women that are in business, it's just great when you can connect with one that really wants to help you, that wants to, get the word out there about your services or your products, because let's just face it, not everybody is out here to see you succeed in life, right? And that is another topic for another day, right? So I want to say, we're going into summer. I'm taking the summer off, so I will be off June and July, and then I will come back in August for season 3. I have not made out my game plan for season 3 yet. I will do that over the summer. I know I just want to focus, this summer on the kids, and then of course building Found Her Circle, and then putting a game plan together for season 3 for Found Her Voice podcast. So watch for that, because if any of you ladies want to be on season 3, I will put that up later on, probably at the end of June or something, and we'll start scheduling out for season 3. I don't know. There's just so many things that I want to talk about, but, starting for summer, I really want to, get these women together and start showing them that, coming together and building together, their business will succeed. And, they can climb that ladder a lot faster, because you never know who you're going to meet. You never know what connection it's going to make, right? And by meeting other women that are in business, you don't know who they know. And you don't know who's in their black book, right? So by getting those connections and just building that relationship, it will open doors for you that you could only imagine. And that's what it's all about. Because, women in business, being a mom, taking care of all the things, it's a lot. And we have to juggle so many balls at once. And, often we just forget about ourselves because we're just busy working and running and doing for everyone except ourselves. So I decided that, this summer I'm going to take a vacation and I'm going to do all the things, right? Plus, my son is 5 now, so, it's time for him to start school. And, I set homeschooling. I don't want him to go to school for several reasons. So I have to look into that, and I have to figure out, how I'm going to do that. But, as a business owner, you will always figure it out, right? Just jump in there and do it. So I will figure that out. And then, you got Sassy Sis. She's 3, and she's just coming into her own right now. So God knows what the summer's going to bring for her, right? But that's good. That's good, because you got to make those memories, right? And I know that I was going to do the season finale probably in 2 weeks, but I decided to bump it up because I have a big event coming next week. So Lisa and I have collaborated, and we are doing a big upscale vendor event at the Kentucky Horse Park. It's called Sugar Days Marketplace. So that will be taking place May 23rd, 24th, and 25th at the Kentucky Horse Park in Lexington. So, all the ladies, make sure you get out there and you support those small business owners. Guys, you're going to want to come to this event too, because of course there's a man cave. Why would you not want to come to that, right? I mean, who else creates a man cave at vendor fairs, right? So you got to be there for that. There's all kinds of, uniqueness there. There's the craftsmanship. There's Kentucky proud small businesses there. A lot of food vendors, boutiques, jewelry. It's all the things, right? And plus, there's a bunch of self-care items there. So if you're into art, self-care, you like to eat, you want to have fun, you want to see some entertainment, make sure you come out to that event. You can also get your tickets online at www.sugardays.shop. Okay? And that will get you a weekend pass for one low price. Or you can just pay day by day and just come on. Whichever. It doesn't matter. Just come on out, right? Bring a friend. Do all the good stuff. Support those small businesses. And let's see. I just want to make sure that you ladies are taking the time out for yourself. Make sure that you are doing something for yourself every day, even if it's just taking 10 minutes to breathe, because life is hard, right? And you never know, what someone's going through. You never know what they're battling in their own life. So, be nice to people. I mean, I see it every day, all day long on Facebook. People just criticizing people, trying to tear them down. And I don't know why. I don't get it. Really, just keep scrolling if you don't like what you see, right? But I feel like, us women, we just need to come together. We need to be there for each other. We need to build each other up, because there's no reason not to. What do you gain by not doing that, right? So be nice. Help your fellow business owners. Collaborate where you can. And as always, if you need me, I'm here. I mean, I know several of my ladies, they always DM me looking for someone with a specific service or a specific product, because they know that I'm well connected, right, at this point. And I love it. I love helping them. And I had someone reach out to me the other day, and she said, Valerie, I had a business doing this, And now I've decided that, since my kids are going off to college, I want to change my business and I want to, go a different route. And I was like, okay, what do you need from me? And she said, I really want to sit down and I want to, create a business strategy. I want to talk about content because you know as well as I do that I've been following you for the past 2 years. You've really grown and I know that you can help me. And I said, absolutely. So, we have that appointment scheduled in mid-June and I'm going to help her because, that's just what I do. That's what you do. You help where you can, right? So I can't wait for that meeting because, I love content. I love creating the reels and doing all the stuff, right? Because that's just what I do. And I hope to create some events and see what we can do. I don't know what yet, but we will figure it out. I mean, I'm just wrapped up like, I just got to get through this event, right? Just got to get through Sugar Days first, and then I can concentrate on something else. You ladies need anything, just reach out to me. I'm always here for you. I know that, Sheldon has this studio in Frankfurt that he put together. And I know he does reels and stuff on his own page and he talks about the studio, but he never really puts it out there, right? So I'm going to push him to put it out there this June. So if you ladies have been thinking about doing a podcast, you want to know more about doing a podcast, whatever, I believe he is going to create an event where he is going to talk about this studio, talk about, how you can create your own podcast and all that kind of stuff. So watch for that coming up soon. I feel like we need to get more like women networking events here in Frankfurt. And of course, I mean, why would you not want to do it here at Memories event venue, right? So I'm going to push Sheldon for that. I'm going to call it Ladies Night. He'll like that. Plus, he needs to, get his kitchen open and do all the stuff so he can serve us ladies something to eat because, we got to eat, right? And plus, he has the full bar. So, cash bar, food, networking, empowering each other. Why would we not do that, right? Just Ladies Night. So, I'll work on something like that. I don't know when, but I'll get it figured out soon. And of course, I really haven't pushed the website, the Found Her Circle website. So I'm going to really start pushing that come June. I know that if you are going to be at Sugar Days in the Alltech Arena, you will see several of my banners out there. And, they'll have QR codes so you can connect with me, collaborate with me if you want. Go like and share and follow the podcast, of course. I know I don't push that enough, and I should. I need to say that every time, but, you just get wrapped up in the moment and you just go. And you think people will do it, but unfortunately they don't. And, you would think that people that come onto your podcast would, by you helping them, they would help you. Some do, some don't. It is what it is. I will say a big shout out to my girls, Carly and Carla, because those two girls, ever since I met them, like every week, they are sharing my podcast. They're commenting. They're doing all the things. So, ladies, Carla and Carly, thank you so much. You don't know how much I appreciate you two for doing that. Because, as a small business owner, that really makes a difference. Like, it doesn't cost anything to support you, right? You go on Facebook, you go on Instagram, TikTok, whatever the social media is. It's a like, it's a share, it's a comment. We all know this, but here we sit in our phones and we just scroll, and there's no interaction, right? So help each other, boost your algorithm, go in there, like 10 minutes a day. That's all it is. 10 minutes a day, go in there, scroll down through there, make some comments, follow some new pages, whatever. Share pages, share events, just help where you can. And of course, if you are having an event And I know this personally. Like, I don't see a lot of different people's stuff come through on my Facebook page. So if you feel like I've missed you somehow, I've missed your event, whatever, please just send me a direct message. That's all it is. Just say, hey, Val, I have this event coming up, and I will try to make it. Yes, I have been missing several events here lately because of the timing, the day. I already had a full schedule, so I could not make it. But like I said, just send me a direct message, and I will do what I can to get to your event because, I want you to support me, and I want to support you in any way I can. So showing up at those events will help. So if you have any ideas, or if you want to do something special over the summer, or you want to collaborate on an event or something, just get with me and we'll see what we can do, okay? Because it's very important, like I said, to do that together to help small businesses. I think I want to shout out Sheldon again because I know he's going to start doing his podcast come June. So, if you want to be on a podcast, I know he will do something along the same lines as I do, but he doesn't care if it's man or woman. So, plus he wants to do his little DJ mix master, Sheldon. He's silly, but that's okay. That's why everybody loves him, right? Let's see, what else? If you have not went to Memories event venue page and liked it, please like it. And reach out to him too if you want to set up like a time to meet with him to be on his podcast, because I know he hasn't even put it out there yet, but I'm going to put it out there so he can start getting those slots filled up because he needs to be consistent. Yeah, every week he needs to be consistent and do that. He's going to like this podcast. I believe it's almost like mid-May. It is mid-May, right? Yeah. We're 5 months into the year. It's crazy. It's just flown by. There's so many things that I need to do, but again, we're just one person, and we need to stop trying to do everything ourselves in our business. I have learned that, you can't do it all. So you need to, find those people that can help you do things that, you necessarily don't have to do, right? There is some things in your business that only you can do, but there is other things that you necessarily don't have to do, right? And reach out to people. And the biggest thing, like, if you can trade services to help your business, do that. Because, that's a big one. Because, as one person running a business, so, a lot of people don't look at it this way. They just say, oh, look, they got a business. But they don't know about the behind the scenes stuff. All the time, all the effort, all the hard work that goes into it, right? Because it's not just a business. So, you're sitting here creating the content. You're making flyers. You're managing websites. You're managing all the social medias. Plus, you're trying to run your business. Now, do you sell products? Do you sell services? Do you have a brick and mortar? Do you do it online? All of those things take a different amount of time. So, anything that you don't want to do, just find somebody that does it good and see what you can offer them, or you can trade to them to do it, right? So that's really big. Do that so you guys are not so stressed out, so you're not tired and overwhelmed and want to give up and throw in the towel, because all small business owners goes through that phase of life where they want to give up. But if you give up, what happens? All your haters are like, she didn't make it. Or, people are like, oh, I knew she would fail. It would only be a matter of time. You can't do that. Don't let them have that satisfaction. Keep going, keep pushing through, find your circle, find the people that are going to help you, that are going to push you, that's going to be there for you, and just keep them close by at all times, right? And you guys don't necessarily have to talk every day, but they're there in your corner. So when you need them, You pick up the phone and you call or send them a text message, whatever, right? Because, I know that I have a corner full of girls and I don't talk to them every day. But you know what? You let it be 2 o'clock in the morning and something pops into my head about something for one of them, and I will send them that message right then and there, right? Or if they're thinking of something and it's, we'll say 6 o'clock in the morning, because you guys know I don't wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning. Like, I'm going to bed at 6 o'clock in the morning. But there's some of these girls that wake up, 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, and they'll send me a message. And I'll get it at like 9 or 10. And I'm like, hey, I haven't, talked to her in like 4 or 5 days. Where the hell's she been, right? So we're all in that corner together, and I love it. Because it doesn't matter if you go days or weeks without talking to each other. You still have that bond, right? And that's very important. I love them girls to death, and I don't know what I'd do without them. I really don't. So hopefully I just make more bonds like that this summer and the rest of this year. And, I expand this, as Cam calls it, my umbrella. Found Her Circle is the umbrella. And you have all these little prongs that come off the umbrella. So one is Found Her Voice podcast. So hopefully I can add a prong or two by the end of the year. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. I know I can do it. I just have to push myself, right? I also know that come, this summer and going into like fall, there's going to be a lot of festivals and stuff around Frankfurt. So I really want to stress on that, because these businesses that get together and they have these events, I know Sheldon really wants to come out and do like a pop-up podcast type deal and go live and do all that stuff. So maybe, Found Her Voice podcast can collaborate with Sheldon, and we can get to some of these events and get out here. And, because Sheldon's just like I am. He wants to help wherever he can. And, he can help grow your business too, because not a lot of you like social media. I mean, you guys have the pages, but you don't really interact on those pages. You don't, share your services really on there. You may take a few pictures or whatever. There's a lot of you that do not like to go live, and I understand that. But, I'm just saying, you have Sheldon and Valerie in this town for a reason. We have this podcast. We're not afraid to do the reels, and, I will say Sheldon goes live a lot more than I do. But, if you need help in that area, because, going live and those reels is really what brings those views in, right? Which helps you tremendously, especially getting your business out there. So reach out to us. I mean, we're all over social media. You guys all know Sheldon here in Frankfurt. So if you need help, all you have to do is contact him. Facebook, call the venue, whatever. I'm sure a lot of you guys have his number anyway. So he's more than happy to help. Right, Sheldon? So, we're just here to help where we can. And we're all about supporting our small businesses. And, we want to bring us all together and just help each other where we can, how we can. And, we all have goals in our lives that we want to reach. So why can we not help each other, reach those goals? And I'm going to say thank you again for season 2. Thank you for all the love, the support, the likes, the follows, the shares, even, the, I'll say, nasty little messages that I get sometimes. I think I only had one this season, so that wasn't bad. They're going to come and they're going to go. You're going to have the people sitting there watching you. Like I said earlier, just let them watch you. It's fine. Whatever they're doing, you just let them do it. And you continue to go be you. Do not change who you are for no one at any point in time. because, I will say, God made us all unique. So we all have something special inside of us, and not two people are alike. So, just keep doing you, keep doing what you want to do. If you want to start a business, reach out to me. I am here. If you need help with content, if you need help with, social media, I will help you as much as I can. What I cannot help you with, I will direct you in the right direction. And, it just starts with a simple message. If you need help, I am here. And I hope you guys all have a fabulous summer. Just watch out for those events coming up. If you want to be a Found Her member, just go to foundhercircle.com and apply to be a member. There's going to be a lot of things happening over the next month in that website, because I'm really going to direct all my focus to that and grow that. If you guys want to be a part of Sheldon's podcast, I will link that below so we can start getting that scheduled. I don't know how many episodes he's going to do yet. He probably doesn't even know that, but that's okay. We will figure that out, right?
Probably about 10. About 10 episodes is good.
10's good. And if there's any events going on around town, downtown, wherever, and you guys need us to come out and do all the things that we do, just reach out to us. I'm going to say reach out to Sheldon, because you guys all know Sheldon better than me, right?
Well, they know you too.
So we will see what we can get scheduled. We'll pop up a tent or whatever, do our thing. Is there anything else you want to add?
No, not really. I'm not prepared for this one tonight, so this is all your show. And, I just want to say that you had a great episode, great show for this, what is it, the series?
Season.
Yeah, season.
There we go.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to get to.
Yes.
See, great season. She's had a great season this year, and many more to come. And there was a lot of trials and errors in it to figure out how to do this, how to do that. But we're figuring it out as we go along. And I mean, we talk hours at nighttime, just hey, how are we gonna do this? How can we do this? How can we make this work better? How can we do that? And we're making it all work. So everybody just hang in with us, and like she said before, if y'all anyone else is looking to do a podcast show, just reach out to one of us. I mean, we just been doing all the hard work for you. So now all you have to do is just come in. We do all the behind the scenes stuff, and we make it look so easy for you. So so. That's it for now, and then the DJ Sheldon podcast show's coming up. I'm still trying to come up with I'm gonna have a couple shows, so I'm gonna have to come up with some names and stuff, so some themes and titles for it. I'm still trying to figure it out, but when I do, it's gonna be nice. It's gonna be really nice and creative.
That's right. That's good. Yep. We're gonna have to throw in some fun stuff over the summer for you.
We got something coming up. We just can't tell you everything.
That's right. Can't let the cat out of the bag. Not yet. Because Sheldon's always like, oh, shit, I'm going to plan this, and then Valerie's going to add a bunch of stuff on there, and then who knows what's going to happen,
Could
right?
need to work even more.
But that's good. Yeah. That's good. That's what it's all about. Right. All right, you guys. Thank you again. I will see you in Season 3. Stay tuned. Have a wonderful summer. And thank you again to my sponsors. Big shout out to Sheldon again. Thank you for all that you do. And if you need me, you know where to find me on all the socials.
It's your time to grow. Get started with Little Pot Design Studio today.